The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Ravens strike first at 3 in.
Ravens 3.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it. And there goes 3 points off the board.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
Okay, ready? Got one.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
The Browns ball carrier.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Made by Monte
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They're over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. First and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on the lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Check 41. Watch the screen.
Now a handoff working right.
The ball
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 33. 33. Watch the run.
And he fires one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Sit up. Sit up.
From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.
1st and 10.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25 yards. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Jackson on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Time to go, night. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Andy Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've been moved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Steps away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? offensive lineman versus defensive lineman, but you know in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a party now. Mike 41. We've got a wedge there.
Jackson.
Let's go, defense.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens 10, Browns nothing.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Somebody's play calls.
At the 26.
I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Now back to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Patrick Queen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now handoff here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brought down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
34, eyes on 34.
Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Jackson.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. By Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a...
And got his man complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready up. Check. Check. 48's the mark. Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we're going to mark the 48 right now. Let's go. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Shoot. Yo.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight. 13. Sit up.
From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here is complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I don't want to see what's served, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, live in Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
Good.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Hey, tight down. There you go. 41's coming. 41.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Jackson.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
That's good.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. It's just me and you.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a... The ball comes out. Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
55 is mine, guys. 55. Rip left.
From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Jackson's pass. Complete.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Able to power through. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3
gain
points.
on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Number 34.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And 3 at the 6-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 40-yard
we
line.
always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Fourth down.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one.
23-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here?
That'd be nice. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
33-yard line.
Well, it's have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 48. Been a long day for you.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to rip off a big chunk of yards before being dropped inside the 40. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Tucker now to add the point after.
For the extra point.
And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 23, Browns 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Number 83.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Over the middle to Beckham. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
24-yard gain on the
So
play.
he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Everyone's got four down. 41's the mic, 41's the mic.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Give me some. Give me some.
Jackson now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end who went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, baby, all day. SOS, SOS, SOS.
And to give this time to the tailback. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
For the running back.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On third down, Jackson escaping the pressure. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
They're on the 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
There wasn't a breakdown of protection. Did the running back not pick him up? It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know it's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Number 34
down right in midfield after a gain of only a couple.
At the 50-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Jackson's pass.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football, when I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Finish it up! 33. Gotta do better. Sit up! QB, come on. Sit up!
On 3rd and 1, Jackson Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they'll walk him back half the distance. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Cleveland.
Hold it down. 48 to Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 48. Mike 48. You're trapped. You're trapped.
Back to throw here. Escaping pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, whether it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get right now and get himself confident.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened the playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, big man with ball, bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. 31's the mic.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Check, 48's the mic. What we got? What we got? What we got?
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
2nd down pass.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Mike check 33.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed.